Have you ever wondered why one computer feels super fast, while another struggles even with the same processor? You open a browser, switch apps, or run software, and suddenly everything slows down. The reason is not always the CPU. Most of the time, the real reason is RAM. In this video, I'll explain how RAM works, the difference between DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, DDR4, and DDR5, and finally, which RAM is best for you today, in a simple and practical way. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. RAM is the place where your computer keeps data that it is actively using right now. RAM is temporary memory. Data is lost when power is off. CPU works directly with RAM, not storage. Think of it this way: storage saves data, but RAM uses data. When you turn on your computer and open an application, the system does not run it directly from the SSD or hard drive. Here's what actually happens. Data is loaded from storage into RAM, CPU reads, data from RAM, CPU processes. Results are sent back to RAM or storage. RAM acts like a high-speed bridge between the CPU and storage. RAM is fast because it is completely electronic. No moving parts, no delays. Nanosecond-level access time. Direct connection to CPU. Random access to any location. RAM is like items placed on your desk while working. SSD is like your cupboard. HDD is like going to the market. The closer the data is, the faster you can work. When RAM is not enough, the system starts using storage as virtual memory. System slows down. Applications lag. SSD wear increases. Multitasking becomes painful. More RAM doesn't make your CPU smarter. It makes your system smoother. Now, what does DDR mean? DDR stands for double data rate. This means RAM transfers data twice per clock cycle. Higher performance without extreme clock increases. DDR1 was used in very old systems. Very low speed, high voltage, no longer supported completely outdated. DDR2 improved speed and power efficiency slightly. Still slow by today's standards, also obsolete. Not usable in modern systems. DDR3 was extremely popular and is still found in older PCs and servers. Good for legacy upgrades, not suitable for new builds, only for old systems. DDR4 is the most widely used RAM today. Good speed, lower power consumption, affordable, stable, and mature. For most users, DDR4 is the best balance of performance and cost. DDR5 is the newest generation and designed for future workloads. Much higher bandwidth, better power management, dual-channel design per module, improved stability. DDR5 is not just faster, it's smarter. DDR1, very low, and now dead DDR, too low, and now dead DDR, 3 medium, and now legacy, DDR4 high best. DDR5 very high future, and you cannot mix different DDR generations. Because of different slot designs, different voltage, different memory controllers. If your motherboard supports DDR4, it will never accept DDR5. There is no one RAM for everyone. The best RAM depends on your system and workload. Office and normal users, DDR4. Gaming and multitasking, DDR4/DDR5. RAM is your CPU's workspace. Faster RAM means faster access. DDR4 rules today. DDR5 is built for tomorrow. Now let's talk about bus speed, a term you'll often hear when discussing RAM, CPUs, and motherboards. What does bus speed mean? Bus speed is the speed at which data travels between key components of your computer, mainly CPU, processor, RAM, memory, motherboard, chipset. In simple words, bus speed decides how fast data can move inside your system. Think of it like a road. The bus is the road. The data are the cars. Higher bus speed equals wider and faster road equals more cars moving smoothly. Bus speed is usually measured in megahertz or megatransfers per second. Common examples of bus speeds: DDR3, RAM 1333 over 1600 MHz. DDR4 RAM 2133 over 2400 over 3200 MHz. DDR5 RAM 4800 MHz and above. Higher numbers mean faster data transfer. Why bus speed is important. Bus speed directly affects system performance, multitasking, gaming, FPS stability, video editing and rendering speed, large file transfers. If the bus speed is slow, even a powerful CPU can feel bottlenecked. There is no single best bus speed for everyone. The best choice depends on your usage. For normal office use, DDR4 2400 to 2666 MHz. Stable, power-efficient, and budget-friendly. For gaming, DDR4 3000 to 3600 MHz. Best balance of performance and cost. Improves FPS consistency for professional work. Editing, 3D servers. DDR4 3600 plus MHz or DDR5. Faster rendering and data handling. Important tip. Higher bus speed only works if your system supports it. Always check. Motherboard supported speed. CPU memory controller limit. RAM compatibility. XMP/XPO profiles. Otherwise, the RAM will downclock automatically. If this video helped you understand RAM clearly, hit the like button, subscribe NetByte Digital for more real-world tech knowledge, and I'll see you in the next video.